Hi, Aries. Welcome to your May 2025 reading. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for all my subscribers and supporters. I am in a new setup, so work with me, please, with the lighting, the microphone, the camera, so forth. Sometimes it automatically adjusts, so still getting things underway. Um, and I apologize for being ill, so if I have to cough, sneeze, or I apologize. I want to get these readings out. So let's get started. I'm going to do past, present, future. I will clarify all the cards and I will also pull a card for the overall energy of the reading and clarify it. Spirit, give me guidance for Aries for the month of May 2025 for the past position. What do we need to know in the past position for Aries? We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have Justice. Let's see what we have for the present position for Aries for the month of May 2025. Spirit, please and thank you. Please give me guidance. Please give me guidance for Aries. We have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Cups. Oops. Let's see, why does this look a little crooked? I'm going to have to pause it a minute and fix the camera. Bear with me. All right, let's see. What in the future position, what do we have for Aries? We have the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Star. And the overall energy of the reading is the Five of Swords. I definitely am getting a feeling of moving away from something, like really working hard to, and I can tell you for all the readings that I've done so far, because the fire signs are the last of my readings for the monthly readings. I can tell you a lot has to do with emotional balance and motivation, determination. Just like keep your head down, keep working, keep moving forward. You know, emotional healing, a lot of things with emotions, right? And motivation, determination, and direction. So let's start off real quick. And before we start clarifying, in this first row, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Justice card. I do get the sense that you're on some type of mission to get something completed or to start working on something, to pursue some type of wish, dream, ambition for you. And if this is career, it is giving me the sense that you're very hardworking. You've been putting a lot of hard work into something for results. So and for some of you, I also feel like it's saying don't move too quickly with something, like maybe get the facts or get a clearer perception of something before just hastily making a decision or move. And again, this is past. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the past. I'll focus more time on the excuse me, present and future. All right, let's see. Why do we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles? Why is the Knight of Swords here? Why is the Knight of Swords here? Four of Swords. Why do we have the Justice card? Why do we have the Justice card? Justice card. All right, Queen of Swords. A lot of sword energy, which tells me, needing to get clear, needing to communicate is really important, or this is something that clearly was emphasized in your past. If this is work related, I do feel like the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles is saying like you have a lot of potential. These are positive cards, so to make some type of positive impact on people and things around you and create form of abundance. If it's a relationship, perhaps there may be some challenges that you're having to hone in on and focus on specifically what is going on within that relationship and and how to come to some sort of agreement and balance within that. With the Knight of Swords and the Four of Swords, regardless if this is work or a relationship, I feel like there needs to be a break, like a stepping back and really looking at things. Perhaps there needs to be a time of healing here to recuperate, to get some rest, to take a pause, right? Um, However, not sitting in that energy for too long, but balancing this out in order to determine what needs to be done, how things need to be handled. When you talk about the Justice card and the Queen of Swords here, whether work whether work or relationship, it's like be very clear and have a rational mindset, right, in order to maintain some type of balance or to come into some type of balance. So in your current position, you have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Cups. I do feel there's some type of intense emotional conflict, being that you have two cup cards here, right? Typically the Queen does of Cups does represent like emotional maturity and security and compassion. But here with the Five of Cups, it's like conflicting, um it's conflicting emotions, and can they be managed, or are they kind of like the Knight of Wands in the sense of it's like not really tamed and impulsive, right? So like your emotions you could feel currently right now with whatever this is pertaining to for you is that your emotions are really not in sync, right? They're more, you may be acting out of being impulsive. We all do that. And not really having a hold on it, and just kind of saying things. I feel like just, as if saying things out of the mouth that maybe we should think about before we say those. And can you overcome these challenges, right? Well, technically, of course you can. It's just having to train ourselves on how to do that. So let's see what else is going on here and dig in a little bit further on this column here. Why is the Queen of Cups here? Nope. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to take a sip of a drink in a minute. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups, uh, Queen of Cups again. Well, sorry about that. I have this strip and it's just driving me crazy. Knight of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands here? I just feel like there is a strong urge, like you have to get your emotions in check. One of you could possibly like like one of somebody could be like emotionally immature here, and I don't feel like these are for you. Um, when I intuitively feel when cards drop, if they're for you, I will put them down, but otherwise, I put them back in and I keep going. Let's see. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And, knights are about transitions. And, the Knight of Wands is a quick moving energy. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy. So I feel like someone is lacking in some type, like somebody could be emotionally mature in this situation, and somebody emotionally, immature is what I'm getting from here. It's like you're on two different playing fields per se. Why is the Five of Cups here? And remember, you cannot change anybody. They have to want to change themselves and they have to put the work in. It doesn't matter what you do for them, it's all up to them. All right, King of Swords. Yeah, like there has to be at some point, I feel like there's going to have to be a conversation that's very direct, and, maintaining that calmness with, if this is a work situation, there could be a dispute at work, or, if this could be a relationship, you take it how it resonates with you. The knights could, pages and knights could mean children as well, or young adults. Excuse me. So it could be surrounding, some kind of children in a relationship. Again, I'm getting a lot of energies. I don't want to go off on a tangent because I just want to give you what I'm getting, and you take what resonates with you and you leave the rest, right? Um, there's some kind of risk that needs to be taken here. all right, with more of a practical consideration than an emotional um tie, right? There's got to be some kind of emotional maturity that needs to play in, but it's like there's a new opportunity awaiting here to come into fruition, but it's like a little bit of stuck energy here. So it's just, as well as just you want to drive whatever this is with passion, right? Um, and stability, right? Not too much excitement and overwhelmness, and not too much of being like too laid back, too much of a practical matter, right? With the Five of Cups and the King of Swords, like I said earlier, there is a feeling of being stuck, in the past, or, and needing to let go of things to move on, which would require discipline, right? It's okay to mourn, it's okay to feel that grief, but feel it and move on. Don't sit in that energy, because the longer you sit in there, the longer it's going to take for you to get out. But, it's also, you have to be logical with this, and you have to make sound judgment with this. Like, this to me is reading very much like making a sound judgment here for things to come into balance. In your future, you have Four of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Star card. So I am getting the sense that something externally here is triggering you. And I do get a good feeling like you kind of know what this is already. Um, and there's going to be a need for like having to reevaluate things and how something is put together or handled, right? Um, because there is some kind of external conflict trigger going on in here. Uh, like, and of course it's about discontentment, right? There's something that's just, it's like a restlessness. So let's get into it a little bit more. Why is the Four of Cups here? Why is the Four of Cups here? Why is the Four of Cups here for Aries? Judgment, yeah, like you need to make a decision. You need to, it's like, are you going to heed the call? Like, are you going to stay stuck in the past, in your old life? Are you ready to take that new adventure into something new, something more, something that replenishes you and something that nurtures you? And, with the Star card, I always think of a compass and leading you in the direction of where you're wanting to go, right? And you want to nourish and put time and effort into things that show growth and show wisdom, right? And show growth throughout the process, not anything that's stagnant. Why is the Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? Okay, Hangman, stuck energy again. But again, we talked about needing to look at something in retrospect and looking at things in a different way, in order to move forward and understand something. And these two cards came out. So with the Star card, um, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So let's jump back up here for a second. With the Judgment card and the Four of Cups, that's telling me like you have an emotional dissatisfaction with something, and it's time for you to move, make a decision, and take action on it. It's like stop dwelling on something and make the decision. Um, I'm trying to think of another word as well. It's like, perhaps you're doing some soul searching here as to really what's going to make you happy and going forward, right? Again, it's like here, it's again, it's something with, perspective that is influencing you right now, and some type of, I don't know if I would say aggression, because this isn't knives like this is, but it's, it's still disruptive energy. Okay. And this could be some type of competition. There's a struggle with ego. All right. But at the end of the day, there's some kind of conflict that needs to be resolved. And, you can step back, but don't isolate yourself for too long, as we discussed over here, and it's on the same row. You want to look at it, think about it and make the decision. Not too impulsive, but not also sitting there for too long and keep questioning and doubting yourself, because that's the energy I'm getting. Some of you may be more impulsive than thinking things through, and others of you may, just sit here too long and keep getting in your head. And the more you get in your head, which we all do it, makes it worse for us. So when we come to the star and the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, do feel like you're getting to the point here where whatever hardship or isolation or whatever's going on here is going to um it's going to emerge into some type of stability for you, something that's going to feel secure. Like I feel like you're in that Five of Pentacles energy now, like, going through this process, right? This is future, but I'm getting that energy now that you just feel depleted, right? Just keep going, keep moving forward, right? It's like whatever struggles you're going through, it will lead to something more successful. And with your overall card here is the Five of Swords, I feel like you're realizing, like, I'm tired of fighting with this. I'm tired of the back and forth, and I'm walking away because it's healthier for me. It's healthier than me just continuing to fight battles that I feel like I get nowhere with. So let's see what we have for the Five of Swords for your overall energy for this reading. And you have the Ace of Cups, exactly what I said. We talked about this emotional fulfillment, needing that, having that discontentment, right? And that dissatisfaction. By no means is this light energy. It is heavy in the sense that it's very, it has been emotionally taxing on you. So it is an emotional challenge, right? But I feel like that there's going to be a breakup or falling out or separation, some way, shape, or form, whether that's with work, a living situation, partnership, however that relates to you. Um, but I also feel like it's going to bring in healing and new emotional beginnings here with the Ace of Cups. Like the conflicts will be resolved and the tension will dissipate, you know. And with the swords too, it is about communication, and you have a lot of sword energy here. It is about being clear, communicating, and I feel like all those things are going to be tying in throughout the month of May, and may even go over a little into June, is what I'm feeling. But it's like, don't sit here and drag your feet with something you really need to walk away from. I hope you enjoyed this message. Please consider liking and subscribing as well as commenting. Keep standing in your power, and I'll see you soon. Bye.